Owatonna High School senior Mitch Mayer off the section champion boys soccer team. That has a pretty good ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Now, it's been a couple of years since Owatonna won it. They won it 2 years in a row, and then were the runner-up 2 years in a row. As far as those section championship seasons, were you involved at that point, Mitch, at all?
No, I came in right after they went to state those 2 back-to-back years, and so I've been here this is the 3rd time for me, so It's kind of nice to finally get a win under the belt.
Sure, and just to be in the finals is so impressive, 5 years in a row now. But when you think back to observing, watching, and certainly being in the soccer program at one level or another, what did you think about those section champions and what you were dreaming about watching it at that point?
It was kind of crazy to think about now, that watching those guys and how they seem so big and out there playing such a fast game, and now I'm one of the ones out there, and it's just kind of fun to realize and be a part of.
Okay, section championship game down to 3.5 minutes to go, and then you get the now who got taken down on the play?
That was Dan Keller.
Okay, so Keller got taken down, but it's a free kick, and it goes to you. Would you expect to be the one to take that kick?
Yeah, we actually worked on that exact kick the other day in practice before that, and so our coach said, if we get something like this, Mitch, you're taking it. So.
Nope. Okay, now what did you work on in practice, or why were you working on it, or just the backstory a little bit?
Well, we were just taking free kicks in practice, just in case it had happened. And so there was a few of us. There's me. Nate was out there too, and I think Dan was out there. And we're just practicing them, and I happened to get a few on frame there. And our coach said, "All right, you can go ahead and take it tomorrow if we get it." And sure enough.
Yeah, you're saying it all calm right now with 3.5 minutes to go, and I don't know how frustrated you guys may have been getting since you had chances but weren't getting them in the goal. At the moment in time, what are you feeling? Are you nervous at all?
Well, of course, when time winding down, and you kind of get a little nervous, like, what if we don't make it? Like, what's going to happen? And then the penalty happened, and then I started walking up to it. I'm like, all right, I got to take this. And I was feeling pretty good at the time. And so I kind of just wanted to make sure I calmed my nerves. Big worry was I wanted to make sure I got it on frame. So at least there was a chance for it to go in or get a rebound or something. Okay. And yeah.
And what's the important part of a kick like that, the execution of it itself? What do you have to do right?
Well, if you're trying to go over the wall, you got to make sure you get your foot around it so the ball curves and it goes up and over, so it'll curve back down so it doesn't soar over the top. So I really wanted to make sure I got that.
Your reaction after it went in and team's reaction?
I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Now, it was crazy, but of course it wasn't over because that only tied it. Now, you did have momentum in your favor and everything. Just describe how the balance of the game in overtime went.
Well, it's definitely a huge shift in momentum after that goal. And then, because they were playing defensive for pretty much the entire second half, because we got the 1-goal lead, and we knew that they were going to do that if they got that lead. And so going into overtime, when we had that momentum from that goal, everybody just they were feeling pretty good and pretty optimistic, and they're like, we can do this. And then 3 minutes in, we put it away.
It was a very cool finish. To be in the finals after a season that maybe can be described as up and down, record-wise, result-wise, some signature wins during the season. What happened that you guys believed you could get to that final game and then win it as far as the season unfolded and some things toward the end of the regular season?
Well, really, it was after we beat Austin there, and because they were another state-ranked team, so it was another big win for us. We kind of started realizing, these big games for us, they're starting to become, just a usual thing with, Minnetonka being state-ranked, Austin state-ranked. And then we went in and we took out Mayo, and so we got a little more confidence under our belt. And then we went in and we played North, who we had tied 0-0 earlier in the season, so we knew we could hang with them. And then we went into that game just feeling pretty good, and we got that lead right away. And so the ball just kind of got rolling, and so we just kind of kept doing what we were doing.
And as far as goals from this point forward and how you can accomplish them?
Well, really, we just got to focus on game 1 here. It'll be big. We still got to find out. We find out who we play on Saturday, sometime mid during the day. So that'll be a big portion, and so then we just got to worry about game 1 and getting the job done there.
All right. Mitch Mayer, anything else to add?
I think that's about it.
All right. Well, what a season, memorable it has been, and we'll see where it goes from here. But congratulations on what already is a great season.
Thank you.